You clicked on this video because you want to reinvent yourself. And there could be tons of reasons why you want to do that. Maybe you're a shy person and you want to learn how to be extroverted. Maybe you're quiet and you want to learn how to assert yourself. Maybe you're someone that wants to be strong because you're weak right now. You feel frail, but you want to be a gym rat. Maybe you're someone that is a jokester or that always messes around, but now wants to be taken seriously. I mean, there's tons of reasons why you might want to reinvent yourself, but ultimately it all comes down to one thing. You know that you want to be a better version of yourself and you're not living that truth right now. You know that you have a higher potential, you have a vision, you have a desire to be a certain way, and you're not acting that way. You are held back by some limiting beliefs. You are held back by fear, by self-sabotaging, by your past, and you're not living at your truest potential. I know what that feels like because I've been that person. I've been that person that felt stuck in a certain personality, in a certain mold of what people expected from me, and I wanted to change that. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will learn how to reinvent yourself. So let's get into it. And welcome back if you have been around, or welcome if you're new. My name is Bianca and I make self-development videos for ambitious, athletic, and disciplined women. But honestly, anyone that wants to reach their potential and focus on self-development is welcome on this channel. This is not a channel made for people that have a victim mindset. This is a channel meant for people that actually want to change. The only reason why I say woman is because I feel like women are the ones that are watching my video, but you could be a dude watching this, so what's up? Okay, let's get into it. The first thing you want to ask yourself is, who are you? And I can tell you right now that whoever you think you are is not you. Whatever identity you have right now, or whatever things you say about yourself, about who you are, that dictates your reality. So if you think you're a loser, if you think that you're not worthy, if you think that you're a lesser than, that will manifest into your life. That will be your reality. Because your self is always looking to validate that preconception of who you are. So if you think that you are not worthy of love, you will always find the reasons why you are not worthy of love. You will always reject people. You will not look out for opportunities. You will not go out of your way to seek love. You will always find a way to make sure that you are right and that narrative about who you are fits with what you think it is. We all do this. And if you're not aware of it, it's going to sabotage your life. Because deep down, you know that you want to change, and you'll never be able to change if you don't become aware of the narrative that you tell yourself. So most of us carry this false identity, that person that we are not, but that we think that we are. And the reason why is because chances are you have a lot of shit that happened to you. You might have been someone that grew up poor, maybe someone that was discriminated, maybe you had parents that didn't believe in you, maybe you were traumatized in some way, maybe you were physically, emotionally, or sexually abused. You probably had some shit happen to you, whether it's on the small or high end of the spectrum. You have had things happen to you. And those negative things have attached to you like it's part of who you are. And that has created this false identity of what you think you deserve in life. For example, if you've had experiences in your life where you feel like someone has broken your trust early on in your childhood or whatever, you might carry this belief in the world that the world is untrustworthy. And that way, if you have that mindset, you will find ways in the world where you'll be like, see, I knew I couldn't trust this person. You will always find reasons. And even the ones that counter or that refute that belief, you will disregard it. Your brain won't even pay attention to that. Because like I said, it will always look to reinforce its already held belief. I have a friend that is extremely pessimistic about her love life. She thinks that she'll be forever alone, that she'll never have a boyfriend, that she, is unlovable. She has all these narratives, like she says that out loud to me. And she's my age, she's 26. And when I hear her say that, I try to knock it out of her because she doesn't realize that if she says those things, that's what her reality is going to be. If she says that she's unlovable, what is going to make her get out of her way to seek love? She says that she's alone and that she won't ever find a partner, yet she always stays in her apartment. She doesn't go out. She refuses to meet people. She is shy when she meets people. She finds all these ways subconsciously to reject that possibility because it wants to fit the narrative that she has for herself. One of my most sabotaging beliefs that I had before was that rich people were dirty. There was a certain period of my life where I grew up with not a lot of money, you know, when I was really young. And it really shaped my beliefs about money, that it was very scarcity mindset. It was very low in abundance. And I felt that the people that had money had to do something really wrong for it, or they had to steal, or they were bad people. So for a long time, I had this resistance towards money, and I felt like, you know, I would never really have money one day because that's only for dirty people and I don't want to be associated with that. I'll just be content with less. But eventually, when I got shown into a world where there was money, I realized how many more opportunities money gives you. And when my family started to make more money and it gave me more opportunities to pursue my dreams, I realized that money, it doesn't solve all problems, but it does solve money problems. And that is a huge load that can be taken off your shoulders. And I realized I want money in life. It's very important for me. So I need to change my whole mindset, my whole identity, my whole beliefs about money for me to be able to attract money and to be able to seek those opportunities to make money. So the beliefs that you have about yourself usually come from your parents or from your childhood and everyone around you. They can also come from the experiences that has happened to you, and they can come from simply the narrative that you give to yourself, that you keep reinforcing to yourself. So you need to be aware of the beliefs, because usually the beliefs that you have about you in the world shapes your identity. So to be able to reinvent yourself and create this new identity, you need to be able to shed that old false identity. You want to shed that false identity because you want to be able to reach personal growth. You don't want any limitations on the money you can have, the relationships you can attract, the opportunities to have. You really want to open all possibilities to abundance, to whatever you desire in life. And that starts with letting go of those limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. You need to have that mindset that anything is possible. I know it sounds cliche, but it really is possible. Like, you can honestly make anything you want come to fruition. Anything. You are the only person that is holding yourself back. You are the only person that gives yourself those excuses to make it impossible. So if there's one thing you should do right now, is take a time maybe to pause the video or sit back and think about this. Think about, what is the story that you are telling about yourself? What is your life story and what you think you deserve in life? When I did this exercise with myself and I was thinking about all the times I was limited in my life, there's one thing that came to mind. And if you follow me for quite a couple videos, you know I've been working on my feminine energy. And for the longest time, I used to think that I was not feminine. And because I wasn't feminine, I felt like I could never attract a partner or a masculine partner. Because I grew up and I had a lot of muscles. I was very sportive. I, grow muscles pretty easily. And I just always loved sports. And I was very competitive. I was very masculine energy driven. And when I would go to high school and then I would meet, new boys there, everyone made comments about my physique, like being so strong, having biceps and stuff. And it even became a nickname, they call me bicep, because in French, Bianca could be bicep, like it just kind of worked. And that reinforced that idea that I was not feminine enough. And because I wasn't believing in myself and feeling good about being a woman, I had a really hard time feeling confident attracting guys. I felt like I was unlovable. I felt like I wasn't attractive. I felt like no guy would ever want to date me because, I was just too boyish for them. And I always had this deep desire to be into fashion and to express myself into a quote unquote feminine way. But I felt like if I did that, people would laugh at me. It was very difficult. I did not feel good in my body. I felt like I looked too muscular for feminine clothes. And I know, like, please use the word feminine with a grain of salt. I'm just talking about the traditional way that people speak about feminine and what being a feminine woman looks like in society, okay? I know it's changed, but I'm talking about back then, how I felt. Because nowadays, I could be dressing in oversized clothes or really baggy or boyish. I literally wear men's clothes and I feel extremely feminine because I feel like myself. So it's a whole different topic, but back in the day, being feminine felt different, right? But the reality is, if I really think about it, there were tons of guys that were interested in me and that reached out to me, but I was so picky because I did not believe that I was worthy of relationships. And if someone made a comment about my bicep, I automatically took it like, see, no guys would be interested in me. I'm way too muscular for them. But that was just a weird way to flirt with me back then. So nowadays, it's like so clear to me that I was holding on to negative beliefs so much, and it was literally a self-fulfilling prophecy for my deepest fears. Back then, you know, as a teenager, your deep fear is to be unattractive. This is a great example of how your identity of who you think you are is limiting yourself and what you desire. So my held on belief back then was ruining my dating pool. I was literally taking away all my options because that's what I thought I deserved. So you need to think about what is the story you tell about yourself, because that is what gives you your reality right now, and that's what's making you unhappy where you are right now, is because you have these beliefs about yourself and what you deserve. Now it's the time to really think about who you want to be and how to reinvent yourself. And you might want to take a pen and paper or start writing about this. Maybe pause it if you have ideas right now, or just wait until the end of the video. Honestly, if you're still watching right now, props to you. I love you. Let's fucking go. Let's keep going, okay? The first thing you want to do is to commit on being self-aware. And don't be self-aware like, I'm better than everyone else. Really be humble and realize your shortcomings, your weaknesses, how you talk to yourself and what you want to change. But be separated from the critics you tell yourself. Don't attach to that saying like, I'm such a bad person because I'm XYZ, or I feel bad for myself because I think this way. No, look at yourself like you're an actual experiment. Look at yourself like you're detached from yourself. Take all emotions away. Just logically look at who you are and become self-aware of what you think, what you believe, what you think you deserve, and who you are as a person, who you think you are. You have to be really self-aware, and it's very difficult. Already this step alone takes a lot of courage to really take all your emotions away and not feel bad for yourself. But if you want to change, you just have to accept where you're at right now and be optimistic about the future, because the future will be better. The future is bright because you will make a change. But you need to become self-aware first. And honestly, that's the hardest part. The next thing you want to do is to adopt a growth mindset. So whatever you decide to do or whatever you decide to become, you need to have the mindset that you will only get better from there. It doesn't matter what happens to you in your life. You just have to realize that whatever happens is a huge opportunity for you to grow and develop yourself. Because the best thing you can do right now is self-mastery. If you don't know who you want to become, if you don't have a clear idea of who that is, you need to commit to self-mastery. So it's really understanding yourself, questioning yourself, sitting back and journaling and have some self-reflection. You need to commit to knowing yourself in and out and being able to have a growth mindset so you're able to get better. Because if you don't have a growth mindset, you're in a fixed mindset. That means you feel like you cannot change and you're stuck in your situation and you'll never be able to accomplish what you want. So you need to ditch that fixed mindset and you need to adopt a growth mindset. And if you want to know more about it, you should just look at the work from Carol Dweck, Dr. Carol Dweck probably, and she wrote the growth mindset book. It's pretty intuitive. Like, you need to be thinking about every setbacks in your life or learning opportunities, basically. Okay, so don't bother about anything bad that's happening in your life. Really get excited about it, because those are moments where you can get closer to your goals, because you will gain experience, you will gain learning opportunities, you will get wiser. This is awesome. You need to embrace the hardship, because that makes you resilient and that will make you able to achieve your goals. The next thing you want to do is to define your values. And values are extremely important because those are what dictates your behavior. You don't have to know exactly like what you're going to eat in the morning or what you are going to do as an evening routine, because that can feel extremely overwhelming right now if you have to plan out your whole life and reinvent everything. If you commit to certain values, that will give you a blueprint to how you should act. Let me give you an example. So for me, one of my deepest values is growth. And if you can see, like on my YouTube banner, it has 3 values: growth, authenticity, and leadership, because those are one of my 3 core values. And I'm gonna use growth because I've been using that example since earlier. But growth is extremely important for me because every time I'm in a situation that feels negative, because I value growth, it doesn't feel as bad to be in that situation, because I'm like, okay, I value growth, so let me learn from this. Let me get better. I don't stay bitter about it. I get better. Or another of my values, like I said, is authenticity. That's very important for me because if you're authentic, you will never feel bad because you're living as best as you can right now. You're just doing your best. There's nothing to be upset about because you are doing the best that you can. You are being yourself. There's nothing else you could do than being yourself. So why feel bad about it? Why be upset? You did the best you could in the moment. So those are just examples that I'm giving you. So if you have, let's say your value, you decide it to be health, well, everything you do, you ask yourself, is this in accordance to my value of health? You'll know that you shouldn't smoke weed. You'll know that you shouldn't drink alcohol. You know that you shouldn't do XYZ because it is not healthy. And then finally, the next thing you want to do is you want to incorporate habits that elevate 5 pillars. And I took that from Bedros Keuilian, but it's the 5 F's. So you have faith, family, finances, fitness, and fulfillment. Think about those 5 categories. Honestly, I think there's nothing more important in life than all those 5 things. Like, those are the 5 areas of your life that honestly fits all the boxes, right? If you think about faith, very important to have some sort of spiritual practice or religious practice that makes you feel more connected and philosophical and cultivate wisdom. So you need to have some habits that align with that. Then family. Family, I think, is important for everybody because we are social creatures. And what I include in family is anyone that you just love. Because family doesn't just have to be by blood. I have a best friend that's part of my family. My current relationship is part of my family. Just people that I truly love and care about, they are part of my family. And they are worth investing my time in. And they are worth me being the best version of me. Those people that I love deserve to have someone that is the best version of me, because I love them so much. I'm not going to give them the crappy version of me. I want to give them the best Bianca I can be, because that's what they deserve and I love them. Then the next one is finances. You need to make sure that you are just okay with money, that you're comfortable, because we will always face problems, and if we have money, we're able to solve those problems easier. And money is everywhere. People are looking to spend money all the time. If you have any sort of limiting beliefs about money and how much you can make, you need to change that right now, because you cannot be scared of money. If you're ambitious and if you were an athlete, you'll realize that making money is just a competitive game like any other sport. It can be fun, it can be competitive, it can be hard, but ultimately it's a game and you can be good at it. And it's easier than it sounds, honestly. Then the next one is fitness. You want to be fit mentally, physically, emotionally. You just want to be healthy. So anything related to health fits in the fitness. You want to have habits around that. And finally, fulfillment. So fulfillment is basically your mission in life, your purpose in life. So it's basically defining that mission that you have for yourself. Like, I want to do this for these type of people because of this. Just fill in the blanks. I have my mission statement written down. I am living that statement. It gives me so much sense of purpose and direction. And ultimately, if you put all of my tips together, you become the best version of yourself. You have reinvented yourself completely. And let me just put this one thing here. You need to be very specific about what you want. Like I said, you don't have to have your whole thing written out about every little details, but you need to know what you want. And you need to follow through those habits. Because if you don't follow through those habits, you're just wishfully thinking and your reality won't change, and then you'll be disappointed and you'll feel sorry for yourself. But if you have the habits and you do the habits despite anything that happens in your life, despite all the excuses of your reptile brain telling you why you should not do it, you will build proof that you are this version of yourself. So you want to do those habits every day. You want to figure out a way to have your life emulating that version that you want to be. You have to commit to those habits regardless of what's happening in your life, because you need to create proof that you are a new person. That is the way that you're going to rewrite your story, and you're going to create a new story for yourself. You're going to let go of those traumas, you're going to let go of those past, you're going to let go of all those limiting beliefs that are not serving you, and you're recreating your story. You're writing your story yourself right now, because you know what you want, you have defined that, and you are committing to it. Now let me add this one last thing here. Once you commit to self-mastery, you're going to lose a lot of friends, because I'm telling you, a lot of friends are holding you back right now. A lot of friends are not supporting that better version of yourself. And you're gonna feel like it's hard. You're gonna feel like you wanna take your friends with you. You wanna feel like you wanna save them. But some people are just not there yet, or they're not even ever going to achieve a higher version of themselves. They're gonna be stuck in their old story and their limiting beliefs. But if you wanna have a newer life, an elevated life, you cannot stay at a sub-level of where you want to go. You need to have the environment that supports that newest version of yourself. So if you stick around with your old friends that don't support you, you won't become that newest version of yourself. A lot of the people that you think are your friends are not even your friends anyways. You're just all addicted to that same drug that binds you together. For example, you might be addicted to video games altogether. You might be addicted to gossiping. You might be addicted to self-sabotaging. You might be addicted to self-pity, and you just suck onto each other. And I know what that feels like, because I'm on a soccer team, and I've been on teams before where the people that are on the team are so negative, and you get sucked into that, and then you become negative, even though I've never been a negative person before. But because I'm in an environment with tons of people that are, I become that person. And I only changed by separating myself from them, by not hanging out with them, by doing my own thing, because I knew that that was putting me at a lower version of myself. Don't try to waste your time convincing your friends to come onto this journey with you. You live your journey, and the people that are meant to follow will follow. The people that are meant to stick around will stick around. And then if you look at my YouTube bio, I have this word that says, lead your life to lead others. You need to lead your life first. You are not changing for them. You're changing for you. You are prioritizing yourself. You're not prioritizing them. You need to realize that those friends are not your friends if they judge you for trying to be better, for trying to reinvent yourself and be a higher version of yourself. And I say this with a lot of heart, because I just feel like it's so sad how so many people have so much potential, but the only thing that is holding them back is the fear of judgment from others, and even worse is the fear of judgment from people they don't even know. The people that will judge you are people that want to feel bad just like they do. Because the people that want to get better, that acknowledge that it's difficult and it's cringy and it feels hard and it's uncomfortable, those people will support you, because I'm one of them. And if I see someone get better, I am 100% behind them and encouraging them. And I'm like, we're in this together. And that's the type of people you want to surround yourself with, not people that judge you for trying to be a better person. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope you're going to take action, and I hope you believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you've already lost. So yeah, I hope you come back for my next video that will come out this week. I post about 2 videos a week. And on this note, I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Mwah.